Zach Roloff has always kept fans on the edge of their seats with his growing family and heartfelt moments. But this time, something big is happening. With Tori visibly expecting again, fans can't stop asking, what did Zach finally decide to do with this life-changing moment? From parenting surprises to emotional decisions, we've got all the details you've been waiting for. Stick around because this family just took things to a whole new level. Audrey Roloff faces fierce criticism after posting headband photo. TLC fans react. Audrey Roloff, a former star of TLC's Little People, Big World (LPBW), has once again found herself at the center of a social media storm. Known for her outspoken views and for sharing glimpses of her personal life, Audrey often faces intense scrutiny online, and this time was no exception. The 32-year-old, who is married to Jeremy Roloff, recently posted a seemingly harmless photo of herself on Instagram. In the image, Audrey is seen wearing a large headband while enjoying a hot beverage. On the surface, it seemed like a typical post, simple, casual, and unremarkable. However, as is often the case with Audrey, the photo quickly sparked a wave of backlash and harsh criticism. It is no surprise to regular followers of Audrey and the Roloff family that the internet can be a cruel place. But this time the level of criticism seemed to reach a new height. Many fans took issue with her fashion choice, focusing primarily on the headband, which they deemed unnecessary and ridiculous. While some fashion trends come and go, this particular accessory left some people shaking their heads, and the backlash quickly gained traction, with hundreds of comments filling up her post. The photo, which could easily be brushed off as a fun and harmless snapshot, ended up being the target of snarky and at times outright cruel remarks. In Reddit threads dedicated to Little People, Big World, a screenshot of Audrey's post quickly went viral. A critic who shared the post on the platform didn't even bother to add any context or explanation, simply captioning it with WTF. The post, in turn, racked up dozens of responses, most of them tearing into Audrey's appearance and her fashion choices. It was clear that the majority of commenters weren't impressed with her style, especially the headband. The internet roasts Audrey's headband look. The harshest criticism. The criticism started with comments poking fun at Audrey's headband, which was described by many as ginormous and ridiculous. Some commenters focused on the accessory's size, calling it huge, and mocking its unflattering appearance. A number of posts laughed at the headband's perceived absurdity, calling it grossly oversized, and comparing it to something out of the 80s. Others made unkind jabs at Audrey's appearance in the photo, questioning her overall look. One user sarcastically remarked, "She seriously looks like she's been chain-smoking since she was 6 years old, lol." Another commenter took aim at Audrey's skin, commenting, "How is she so greasy yet looks so dry and wrinkly?" The combination of the headband and the unfiltered criticism on her looks seemed to create a perfect storm of negative commentary. The most frequent insult, however, focused on Audrey's smile. Many critics accused her of presenting a smug or closed-mouth grin in the photo, which some felt came off as insincere or unappealing. A popular comment read, "I hate the closed-mouth smug smile that is supposed to convey a casual, unpretentious contentment. It does the exact opposite." The overall sentiment of the critics seemed to suggest that they found Audrey's portrayal of herself to be artificial, even if her intention was simply to post a picture of herself in a relaxed, casual moment. The onslaught of harsh comments wasn't limited to just one platform. From Instagram to Twitter and Reddit, Audrey found herself being roasted from every direction. The situation sparked more than just a casual wave of disapproval. It seemed to be a full-blown online bashing. It is unclear whether the excessive negativity was directed solely at Audrey's choice of headband, or if there were underlying frustrations with her personality and the public persona she's cultivated over the years. Why Audrey faces such intense backlash? To understand why Audrey Roloff is consistently targeted by social media users, it's important to consider her public image. Over the years, Audrey has become a polarizing figure among Little People, Big World fans. She has frequently been accused of coming across as controlling, condescending, or self-righteous. This perception of Audrey has been amplified by her various endeavors, such as publishing books and journals about her perfect marriage and her role as a mother. Audrey often positions herself as a life coach or an expert in relationships, sharing advice and tips on how to maintain a happy family life. While many fans appreciate her positive outlook, others feel that her online persona can sometimes appear preachy, and they accuse her of being judgmental or overly critical of others. Audrey's frequent posts about family life, marriage, and motherhood have also made her a target of criticism. People who disagree with her philosophies or feel that she is too perfect often express their frustration online. This criticism is further fueled by her relationship with her husband, Jeremy, and her self-promotion on social media. Many followers have pointed out that Audrey's online content often gives off an air of superiority, which likely contributes to the frequent bashing she faces. In addition to her personal views, Audrey's history on Little People, Big World has added to her polarizing public image. While some fans admire her for the way she handles her family, others feel that she often presents a perfect version of life that is difficult to relate to. There's also a sense that her presence on social media has blurred the lines between reality and the curated persona she puts forth. The constant documentation of her life, which seems to emphasize idealized moments, often makes her an easy target for those who believe she's more interested in self-promotion than authenticity. A few defenders speak out. Can Audrey catch a break? Despite the overwhelming criticism, there are still a few supporters of Audrey who have come to her defense on social media. Some people argue that the constant bashing has gone on long enough and is, at times, unwarranted. One individual wrote on Reddit, "I'd rather not be famous, peeps so mean." Others express frustration with the extreme negativity Audrey faces, saying, "Y'all push it sometimes. Nothing wrong with this pic." There was also support from people who felt that Audrey should be allowed to post pictures without facing such harsh judgment. One user commented, "With all these snarky responses, I don't know why she keeps posting." Others tried to remind critics that at the end of the day, it was just a headband, and that there were bigger issues in the world to focus on. A few more supporters even shared positive messages with Audrey, encouraging her to keep posting and sharing her life with her followers. One person thanked her for the courage to face the negativity and expressed appreciation for her and her family, writing, "Audrey, thank you for the pic and for having the courage to face this world this day. So appreciate you and your family. Miss you guys so much, lots of prayers, love, Godspeed." These comments reflect the reality that, no matter how much hate Audrey receives, there